Even as our world is full of answers, some questions still leave us scratching our heads. Science has come a long way, but there are still mysteries that even the smartest people can't solve. Today, we'll have a look at 15 puzzles that have scientists stumped, from strange sounds in the ocean to objects in space we can't see. These mysteries will make you wonder about the world around us.
The Maya inherited it, derived it from the Olmecs. It's another thing. It's another discovery of the New World, which came to benefit the whole world.
Get ready to explore the unknown and challenge what you think you know. We'll take you on a journey through time, space, and the human mind. And trust me, number 7 on our list will blow your mind. So let's uncover these 15 mysteries that science still can't explain. Number 15. The Bermuda Triangle Vanishing Act. There is a place that's got people scratching their heads.
They're vloggers. They want to document their trip inside the Bermuda Triangle, and only their footage survives. So what happens is the last survivor has the foresight to put every cell phone in the dry bag. They disappeared pre-pandemic.
The Bermuda Triangle. It's a big chunk of ocean between Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. What's weird? Ships and planes seem to disappear there without a trace. One of the biggest mysteries happened in 1945. 5 Navy planes called Flight 19 just vanished during practice. Nobody ever found any pieces of the planes, even after looking really hard. People have come up with all sorts of ideas to explain what's going on. Some say huge waves as tall as a 10-story building might be sinking ships. Others think something funky with magnets might be messing up compasses. And then there are folks who believe aliens might be behind it all. But here's the thing, some smart people say the Bermuda Triangle isn't actually that dangerous. They think the number of accidents there isn't any higher than in other busy parts of the ocean. Still, without clear answers, the Bermuda Triangle keeps people guessing and wondering what's really going on in those waters. If you think ships and planes going missing is scary, wait until you hear about what scientists found buried deep in the ground of a remote island. Number 14. The Easter Island Heads' Hidden Bodies. You've probably seen pictures of those big stone heads on Easter Island, right? Well, here's the surprise. They're not just heads. These famous statues called moai actually have full bodies hidden underground.
If the island was settled at least 3,000 years ago, do we know where from?
Well, 3,000 years ago, you're still within the period of the Polynesian expansion. This is not the Ice Age. This is more recent.
Right.
It's early in the Polynesian expansion rather than late. The Easter Island was seen as one of the last places that the Polynesians got to.
For a long time, people thought they were just huge heads, but when scientists started digging, they found out there's a lot more to these statues. The rest of their bodies are buried deep in the ground. These statues were made by the Rapa Nui people about 400 to 600 years ago. They used rocks from volcanoes to carve them. Moving these giant statues must have been really hard work. The Rapa Nui people didn't just make these for fun. They put them on special stone platforms called auhu. Scientists think these statues were important to their culture, maybe representing their ancestors or gods. By studying these hidden bodies, we're learning more about the people who lived on Easter Island long ago. It just goes to show sometimes the most interesting things are the ones we can't see right away. While these stone giants held secrets underground, something much stranger was happening in the sky above. Number 13. The wow signal.
Astronomers are always listening into outer space, so imagine you're listening closely for something as quiet as a pin to drop. Bam, you hear something as loud as books slamming on a table. That's what happened in 1977, and take a look at this. This is a copy of the actual notes that this astronomer made back then. You can see he circled the moment that the sound happened, even wrote the words, wow.
In 1977, something strange happened in space. A scientist named Jerry E. Mann heard a weird noise from his radio telescope. It was so odd that he wrote wow on the paper, which is why we call it the wow signal. The noise lasted for 72 seconds and came from a part of space where hydrogen is common. Hydrogen is important because it's everywhere in space. Since then, people have tried to hear the noise again, but no one has. This makes the wow signal really special and hard to explain. Some people think it might be aliens trying to talk to us. Others say it could be something natural in space, or even a mistake from Earth. Even though we don't know what caused it, the wow signal makes us wonder if we're alone in the universe. It keeps scientists looking for more clues about life in space. Speaking of signals from above, there's something on Earth that left footprints that no animal could have done. Number 12. The Devil's Footprints.
On the morning of 9th February, there was a thick, nice coat of snow on the ground, and when people woke up and looked outside, they saw some really strange and bizarre footprints.
One snowy night in 1855, something weird happened in Devon, England. People woke up to find strange footprints in the snow. These weren't normal footprints, they looked like hooves. The footprints were everywhere. They went through towns, over houses, and even across rivers. In total, they covered more than 100 miles. Nobody could figure out what made them. Some people thought it might be a kangaroo that escaped from a zoo. Others said it was the devil walking around. The local police and scientists tried to solve the mystery, but even after looking closely, they couldn't explain it. Today, we still don't know what made those footprints. It's a story that people in England still talk about. It shows how things we can't explain can make us both scared and curious at the same time. Those footprints were strange, but they're nothing compared to what lies behind a door that no one has opened for thousands of years. Number 11. The untouched tomb of China's first emperor.
I work in this site for many years, for decades. Yeah. So these warriors are all life-sized, like real soldiers. Also, they have different facial features. You can tell from their hairstyle, their we call headgears, and they can tell their different ranks.
In 1974, people found a big surprise near Xi'an, China. They discovered the tomb of Qin Shi Huang, China's first emperor. Around the tomb, there were thousands of clay soldiers called terracotta warriors. These soldiers were made to protect the emperor after he died. But here's the funny thing. No one has opened the main part of the tomb yet. People think it's full of cool stuff, maybe even rivers made of mercury. Tests show there's a lot of mercury in the ground nearby. Scientists want to look inside, but they're worried about damaging the old things inside. They might use robots to explore without touching anything. This tomb is a big deal because it can teach us about old China. For now, it's still a mystery, waiting to share its secrets. While this tomb stays sealed in China, halfway across the world in Peru, something much bigger was waiting to be found. Number 10. The Nazca Lines.
For over a century, archaeologists have marveled at Peru's ancient line drawings. Now, a breakthrough approach is rewriting what we thought we knew about these massive works of art.
In the dry desert of southern Peru, there are huge pictures on the ground. These are called the Nazca Lines. They show animals, plants, and simple shapes. The Nazca people made them a long time ago, between 500 BC and 500 AD. These pictures are so big that you can only see them properly from the air. They cover an area of over 1,000 square kilometers. Nobody knows for sure why the Nazca people made these lines. Some think they were used to watch the stars. Others believe they were for water ceremonies. It's hard to learn more about the lines because the Nazca didn't leave any writing. Later, the Incas and Spanish tried to hide information about them. Today, scientists use new tools to study the lines. They hope to understand more about how ancient people lived and fought. These lines in the desert are amazing, but they're not the only artwork hiding a secret. In fact, the world's most famous painting has something that no one noticed for centuries. Number 9. Mona Lisa's secret symbols. The Mona Lisa, painted by Leonardo da Vinci about 500 years ago, is famous for more than just its beauty. In 2010, Italian researchers found something surprising: hidden letters and symbols in the painting. Using special tools, they spotted an L and a V in Mona Lisa's right eye. These letters might stand for Leonardo's name. But that's not all. People have also noticed other hidden details in her clothes and the background. These small symbols might have special meanings about beauty or life. The way Da Vinci painted the Mona Lisa makes people look at it closely and think hard. Experts are still trying to figure out what all these hidden things mean. So, the Mona Lisa isn't just a pretty face, it's like a puzzle that keeps people guessing, even after all these years. Hidden symbols are one thing, but what about a machine that was so advanced it shouldn't have existed for another 1,000 years? Number 8. The ancient Greek computer.
It was not recognized at all as being anything interesting when it was discovered. It was just a corroded lump about the size of a large dictionary.
In 1901, divers found something amazing in an old shipwreck near Greece. It was a strange machine called the Antikythera mechanism. This device is over 2,000 years old. The Antikythera mechanism was like an early computer. It had at least 30 bronze gears inside a wooden box. These gears worked together to predict things in the sky, like when eclipses would happen. The machine also showed when important events such as the Olympic Games would occur. This proves that ancient Greeks were really smart about math and space. Scientists are still studying this device today. They use special X-rays to see inside it without breaking it. Every time they look, they find new parts. The Antikythera mechanism shows us that people long ago were much cleverer than we thought. It makes us wonder what other cool inventions might have been lost in time. This ancient technology is impressive, but there's something even older hiding behind the walls of one of the world's most beautiful buildings. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to hit that like button. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. What's your take on these mysterious events? Share your ideas below. Number 7. The Taj Mahal's cursed chambers. The Taj Mahal isn't just pretty on the outside. It has secret rooms inside that no one has opened. These rooms might hold old treasures from Emperor Shah Jahan and his wife Mumtaz Mahal. Some people say these rooms are cursed. They think bad things could happen if someone opens them, but that's not the only reason to keep them closed. The air inside is really dangerous because it has too much carbon monoxide. This gas could hurt people and damage any old things inside. Many wonder what's in these rooms. Could there be gold or special objects? No one knows for sure. For now, experts say it's best to leave the rooms alone. They want to protect the Taj Mahal's history. Even so, people still love to guess about what secrets these hidden chambers might hold. While these chambers remain closed in India, on the other side of the world, someone was building something that would change our understanding of human history. Number 6. The world's oldest known architecture.
Before Göbekli Tepe was discovered in 1994, it was thought no structure so complex could possibly have been created by hunter-gatherers.
In Turkey, there's a very old place called Göbekli Tepe. It's about 10,000 years old, making it one of the oldest buildings we know about. At Göbekli Tepe, you can see big stone pillars set up in circles. These pillars have pictures of animals carved on them, like snakes, foxes, and birds. What's really interesting is that the people who built Göbekli Tepe didn't live in towns or grow food. They were hunters who moved around a lot. This makes us think differently about how old societies worked. Scientists think Göbekli Tepe might have been a special place for religious events. People probably came here to do important rituals long before they started living in one place. As researchers keep digging, they're learning more about how people lived back then. Göbekli Tepe is helping us understand the earliest buildings humans ever made. If you think that's old, there's something even more unbelievable sleeping at the bottom of the ocean. Number 5. The Underwater Pyramid of Japan.
The mysterious disappearances of ships and planes are perhaps what the Bermuda Triangle is best known for. However, what's more bizarre than what hasn't been found here is what has. Almost 500 feet below the water surface in an underwater anomaly, the team from Bermuda Triangle into Cursed Waters has discovered what appears to be man-made monolithic rock.
Near Japan, divers found something strange under the sea. It looks like a big pyramid, about 75 miles from Taiwan. This discovery has made many people curious. Some think it might be part of an old city that sank long ago. They say they are carvings of people and animals on it. This could mean smart people lived there before we knew about them. But not everyone agrees. Some say it's just a funny shaped rock. It's hard to know for sure because it's deep in the water and tough to study. Scientists want to learn more about this underwater pyramid. They hope it can tell us about people who lived a long time ago. As we get better at looking under the sea, we might find out it's really an old building or just an odd-looking rock. This underwater mystery is fascinating, but there's another door high up in the mountains that's keeping an even bigger secret. Number 4. The secret door of Machu Picchu. At Machu Picchu, the famous old Incan city, there's a hidden door that no one has opened yet. A French engineer named David Cressy found it in 2010 using special 3D tools. People are very curious about what's behind the door. Some think it might be where an Incan king was buried. Others guess it could be full of old, valuable things from the Incan times. Even though many want to open it, the people in charge say no. They want to protect the old Incan culture and not damage anything. This secret door makes Machu Picchu even more interesting. It shows that we still don't know everything about how the Incans built things or what they did with their dead. As scientists keep studying Machu Picchu, they hope to learn more about its history and secrets. While this door remains sealed in Peru, in America, giant stone slabs appeared one day with a message that some say predicted the future. Number 3. The Georgia Guide Stones.
It's totally weird. Very strange. Like, a lot of these, make sense, yeah. Probably should treat our planet like this.
In Elbert County, Georgia, there's a strange group of big stones called the Georgia Guide Stones. Some people call them America's Stonehenge because they're a bit like the famous old stones in England. These stones were put up in 1980. They have writing on them in different languages. The writing tells people 10 things to do for a better future. Some of these ideas are about having fewer people in the world and taking care of nature. No one knows who paid for these stones to be made. This has made people come up with many ideas about why they're there. Some think they're good advice for living better. Others worry they might be part of a secret plan by powerful people. In June 2022, someone blew up part of the stones. This made even more people wonder about them. Now, there are still many questions about who made the guide stones and why someone wanted to break them. People keep talking about what the stones mean and if their ideas are good or bad for our future. Stone messages are strange enough, but what about body parts that keep washing up on a beach year after year? Number 2. The British Columbia Severed Feet.
Tale of how since August 2007, at least 20 detached human feet have been found on the coast of the Salish Sea.
Since 2007, something strange has been happening in British Columbia, Canada. People keep finding human feet in shoes washed up on the beaches. This has made many people curious and worried. Scientists have looked at the DNA from some of these feet. They found out that some belong to people who were missing. These people might have died in accidents or killed themselves, but no one knows why so many feet are showing up. Some people think they might be bad people hurting others. The police have looked into it, but they haven't found any proof of this. These feet make people sad because they remind us of people who died. They also make us wonder about death and how we deal with losing someone. Scientists are still trying to figure out why this is happening. It's one of the biggest mysteries in British Columbia. These feet in shoes keep showing up, and people keep wondering why. It's a sad and scary thing that no one can explain yet. Maybe one day we'll know the whole story behind these feet on the beaches. If you think washing up on a beach is creepy, wait until you hear about an entire village of people who vanished into thin air overnight. Number 1. The vanishing village of Anjikuni Lake.
If one villager suddenly vanished into thin air, you might consider it to be a bit careless, but when the entire population of a village disappears overnight without explanation, it begins to sound a little bit suspicious.
In the 1930s, something strange happened near Anjikuni Lake in Canada. An Inuit hunter found a village where everyone was gone. It was very weird because all the people's things were still there. The food was still in storage and personal items were left behind. This made people wonder what happened to the villagers. Some think the people left because of bad weather or changes in nature. Others have wilder ideas. Some say they saw strange blue lights in the sky at that time. This made them think aliens might have taken the people, or maybe something magical happened. People have tried to find out what really happened, but so far no one knows for sure. There's no proof to explain where the villagers went. This empty village is still a big mystery in Canada. It shows how nature can be dangerous and unpredictable. It also reminds us that sometimes whole groups of people can disappear without anyone knowing why. The story of Anjikuni Lake makes people curious and a little scared. It's a puzzle that we still can't solve today. That's all for today. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe for more fascinating content. Let us know your favorite part in the comments. Thanks for watching.